GDP in Nigeria is expected to reach 440 billion US dollars by the end of 2021, according to Trading Economics Global Macro Models and analysts' expectations. In the long term, the Nigeria GDP is projected to trend around 450 billion US dollars in 2023, according to our econometric models. What opportunities abound for the budding female entrepreneur? Business Resilience Assistance for Value-Adding Enterprises, Brave Women, is a multi-country initiative to scale up women-owned or led small and medium-scale enterprises. Brave Women program started in Yemen and now operational in Nigeria and also running in Burkina Faso. The Nigeria program is focusing on increasing the economic opportunities for female entrepreneurs in targeted value chains like agriculture, textile, energy, health, and education. With a matching grant facility and business coaching support of 600 small and medium-sized businesses, 500 women-led SMEs, 20 to 30 lead firms, and 10 business associations to support growth and resilience. Edo State is located in the southern region of Nigeria. The state's capital and city, Benin City, is the fourth largest city in Nigeria and the center of the country's rubber industry. The state produces crude oil and other mineral resources like limestone and quarry. Idowu, Isimeme, Osinachi, Onyekachi, and Jed Soje share their ordeals before Brave Women coming to Edo State and their joy with the presence of Brave Women.
My name is Idowu Mary and I'm the creative director for the brand Threadbox Package. I would say professionally or officially was in 2018, November 2018. Okay, I would say my love for fashion actually motivated me into tailoring or fashion designing, as they call it now. So basically, my goal was to bring people's ideas to reality, to make people look beautiful, comfortable, and confident in their looks. Okay, presently we have 7 of us now. And the way this fashion thing goes, today you're more, tomorrow you could be less. Having been able to bring my ideas into reality, I also realized that I could make a lot of money out of it, considering the fact that corporate jobs are limited. I don't think I have any competitors. I just focus on myself and I don't see anyone else, basically. We have grown tremendously and would also like to give God the glory for that as well. You know, we started from where we were 2018 and where we are now 2022. There has been growth in all aspects of the business, both in our skills, in our labor, in our finances, in our work, in our space. I would say some of our challenges are staffing, human labor. The year 2020, the pandemic year, I would say it was tough. Although we weren't doing anything at some point, you know, all through the lockdown, we were home, and then the face masks thing came up, and then we tried to, you know, start up with that again. Then we started making ready-to-wear pieces because there were no longer functions. Although people just needed things they could wear to just basic places, so we ventured into ready-to-wear as well. And then from there, the business started picking up, places started opening up, activities started springing forward, and the business just started rolling again. Brave Women in Nigeria, it was from a friend, a colleague in the fashion industry. So he saw me and was like, oh, take this number, you know, call this person up. I think this will benefit you. And I did. The motivation was my vision. You know, you have the vision, but sometimes you don't have the resources to drive that vision. And then I saw it as an opportunity to be able to meet up some lapses. Outside the money, the training alone, I think it can take anybody to the next level. So I want to say a very big thank you to them.
Hi, my name is Isimeme White, and I work for Geniusov. Basically, what we are into is human capital development and mass production of garments and wigs. So it's a center that is certified by NAPTEP, and we have 31 skills. We want to be everywhere in Africa, intentionally everywhere. We want to raise more women, we want to raise more young people. We want to tell the world that Nigeria have aspirational young people, have the energy, have the brain. Staff with Geniusov, we are 26 in number. So, but by the special grace of God, we've been able to reach out to over 8,000 plus beneficiaries that have gone through our program. But for us, Geniusov, because we have office in Kano, we have office in Lagos, we have office here in Benin City. So we have 26 staff working with us. By the special grace of God, we have success stories from all our beneficiaries that are doing well. We are very excited, and coming on board to Brave again, we are super excited because this will change a lot of things again. Albert was shared on Exporter Cluster, so what I did was to run with it and gather our beneficiaries, start to tell them about the program, and went online to confirm how authentic, how true is the program. So did that little research, and when I was satisfied with what I saw, I quickly mobilized our beneficiaries to also benefit from it. Okay, we're used to it. Like I said, this is Geniusov. Geniusov take advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. We are like magnets to opportunities. So we are used to opportunities like Brave. So we are super grateful to Brave, and we need more of Brave to come our way. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be part of the project. Now we've been trained. We've been trained on business continuity plan, recovery plan, and these are very powerful tools that will help us sustain all we do at Geniusov. So Brave, we want to keep thanking them. We can't stop thanking them, and we're grateful for the opportunity they brought to us on the platter of gold.
I am Jetsuji Emoji Voki Juwana, and my business name is Gender Farms and Feeds Nigeria Limited. I'm a farmer by profession. I've been in farming for about 10 years now. I love the livestock. Maybe the fact that you get a day old and you see it grow, there's joy, especially in both the broiler raising and the layer raising. The vision spurred me into the poultry industry, and I wanted to give people healthy food on their table. And livestock is a good source of protein. So that was, if I could be proficient in my little way, then I'm feeding some Nigerians healthy food on the protein, especially on their table. So that was my drive, and I think I've been able to achieve it even in my little corner. Yes, I have about 8 workers. I have about 8 workers. I have because I have about 3 sites. I have my sales point where we are doing this interview. I have the main farm, which is the capacity of about 5,000 beds. Then I have an annex presently. So that's the 3. So that's where we have all the workers. So I have about 8 workers presently. Then the big time farmers, those people are major competitors, because, for example, the industry is all about numbers. The more you have, the more profit you make. So we can't, as a small timer, you can't compete with the big timers, those that have about 100 and 200, maybe 500,000 beds. We were going very good before the pandemic. But the pandemic, I tell you, it wasn't easy at all. It had a blow on all aspects. So the poultry industry was not left out. Yes, like the challenges we have are so much in the sector, but I can just mention a few. One is the low quality of feed. Even in the production of eggs, you give your layer and you see that the eggs, you have to be adding supplements and trying to add herbs and all those ones to help boost the size of your egg. So that's one of the challenges we have. As a poultry farmer, I'm a member of the Poultry Association of Nigeria, and in one of our monthly meetings, a representative was brought to come and speak to us about Brave Women. So that was where we got to know about it and we followed it up. In attempt to be able to expand and to meet the needs of the people around, not just my immediate family, I help the workers, then the people I put protein on their table, families I put protein on their table. So in attempt to meet that need, one needs help. And that's the reason why we are embracing Brave Women for this initiative to help. And we've seen that they've done a lot. Yes, I want to say a big thank you. Because if you think you know something and somebody comes to tell you that you don't know, a wise person will want to sit down and think of, okay, let me see how I can do it better. So Brave Women, I want to say thank you because they've actually talked personally to me to tell me personally that I have not been running my business well. So it was an opportunity to evaluate myself with the business plan, with a business continuity plan. And that's one key, that business continuity plan. I have been, since I started that training, I've been implementing it. I now know that because I felt if I'm not there, the business will not sustain. So at the end of the day, it affects my health because I feel I have to be here, and the farm is far from the business, the sales location. But Brave Women has made me understand that I can be where I am and my business can run and it can be effective.
Okay, my name is Dr. Onyekachi Madbata. I'm the CEO of Glovera Eye Center Limited. Here is Eyecare facility. We examine examine the eye. We treat the eye. Our treatment regimen ranges from using glasses, contact lens, drug, prescription. We also involve in low vision and orthoptics. Then we also carry out eye health education that is trying to enlighten people about their eyes, what they should do, the kind of life that they should live to really keep their eye healthy. Our Global Eye Center was incorporated in August 2017. We started operation 2018. So we are just like 4 years old in the industry. So when I finished school and I finished this, though I worked somewhere, but I wanted to practice fully. Then I also wanted to involve others by creating, because I know that if I should create out something, I should be able to also empower people. Like there are some people that are working with us here. So also creating job opportunity for them and also caring for people's eye and also fulfilling that, having that fulfillment of what I studied. So that is my key motivation of entering into the business of eye care. Our goal here is to deliver effective, efficient, and low-cost services and accessibility, that people will come, they will have access to eye care health. Presently, I have 3 permanent staff. So with me, we are 4. Then we have 2 part-time staff. There's a doctor that comes on some days. She comes and consults and go. We started with nothing, but at least today we have a few instruments that we can really use to attend to those primary eye care delivery, primary eye care services that we are to deliver. The challenges that we are facing, one is a lack of some basic equipment. Like in a making of eyeglass, yes, we examine a patient depending on what the person needs. We treat with drugs, we treat with medicated glasses and contact lens or whatever, depending on what the person needs. Like in making of the eyeglass, by the time we finish examining the person, we have written down the prescription. There is a process that this eyeglass should go for it to come out so that somebody will wear it and everything will be perfect. But that optical dispensary unit, we don't have it yet. And it's it's a critical operation that we need in the facility. 2020 is really a year that nobody planned for because nobody knew that anything like that was going to happen. But when it happened, we have to devise a means of containing the impacts. So it reduced the inflow of patients, which also reduced our financial inflow. 2020 was really a year that nobody planned for, but we have to do some things to ameliorate the impacts that caused. Brave women, a friend called my attention to it, that I should go to search for it on Facebook. So, and I did. I saw the application. The first I was thinking that it's one of these things, but I have to go when I saw that it has a connection with BOI, Back of Industry. I have to go to Back of Industry, and they told me yes, that is how I got to know about Brave Women, and I made my application. Okay, when I saw the application and I saw the contents of the projects, that's one, they're going to they'll be giving a matching grant, which I know that it will really help me in my business. And again, there will be capacity building, which means that they're really going to hold our hand in this business. They're like not just only giving grants, but trying to monitor you, helping you to grow. So this is really the major motivation, especially that aspect of helping you to grow, not just giving you the grants and leaving you like that, but helping you to grow, providing all the necessary guidelines. I really want to thank Brave Women for this project, for remembering us in Edo State. I want to thank them for what they have done so far, for the capacity, for the training so far, because it has really made us to see our loopholes in the business. And also, I also want to thank them in advance for the matching grant, because I know that it's really going to help me in a big way in my business growth.
I am Mrs. Gloria Osinachi, and by the grace of God, I'm the proprietress and director of study of this great school, Refined Kiddies Montessori School. We started in the year 2015, September 2015. We started very small, and this year will make it 7th year of our existence. And by God's grace, we've grown over the years. I'm someone that I love children, and teaching is something I've always been doing right from when I was a child. After my secondary school days, then after secondary school, while you are waiting for your WAEC and your JAMB result to come out, so I engaged myself in teaching services. So even after my graduation from the university, I still went back to teaching. So when I discovered that I have passion, it's something I have passion in. I love teaching children. So that's why I decided to go into educational services fully. And my goals were, to make sure any child that comes to my school or comes around me is always different. Okay, I have a total of about 25 employees under me, both full-time and part-time, of which about 70% are females. So that's why I feel this Brave Women is a good platform for me, because by the time we are empowered, we'll employ more females in the educational industry. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm just there on my own, to make a difference Well, first of all, it's the passion that is driving me, not really the money. But although the money has to come in because I put in money, therefore I have to get back, profit or income. To some extent, we are doing well, but we are not there yet. Success is a journey, it's not a destination. So we strive to achieve more each year as we grow. School business of a thing is capital intensive, because you don't really get your return at the beginning stage. It's after some time when the school grows, that's when you start getting income or returns. You have to invest a lot. And it's the standard of your school that will determine the class, the type of customers, and the number of students you have. COVID year was, it was terrible. It was really, really, really terrible, It was, I think, school stopped March, second section. And as at then, most of the parents did not pay. And we went into online. But most of the parents, they were not ready to comply. They were like, they are going to spend money on data and the rest. They saw it as a stress. But the few parents were able to carry along. We carried them along till school resumed. I saw it on a platform of one of my mentors, Mrs. Sola Okumpolo. She's a proprietress of Our Lady of Hope Montessori School at Festy Secular Road. I'm a fan. I follow her on Facebook. So when I saw, she was part of those that inaugurated Brave Project here in Benin. So when I saw it, I was like, this woman, she's a woman of integrity. And I know she will not do anything that is kind of dubious. So when I told my husband about it, I looked at this Brave stuff, I was like, it's calm, don't do it. I was like, this woman, I know her, she's a woman of integrity. So I saw, she posted the link on her Facebook page. And so that was how I filled the form. So my school is 6 years old. And I've grown to this extent with my own fund. I won't say with my own fund, but with funds generated from the school. So if I should have external fund coming in, to go a long way to help the school. They've done so much. I didn't expect it, Last December, they organized a seminar for us and they trained us on how to develop our business continuity plan. I've never heard anything like that in my life before. That was the first time. And they trained us for 2 days. Our center, we were over 100 women. And they took care of us for 2 days, breakfast and lunch. It's not easy. I know they've invested a lot. I want to commend them for this platform, and they should continue and they should not be discouraged.
Firstly, women have been known to be very resilient and very committed in whatsoever they do. They can go all out to provide support for their family, and which of course has been cascaded to their businesses. So for that reason, BOI has been very, very positive in trying to support women that have decided to go into business. I believe the advent of the great women is more or less for me a round peg in a round hole, because the bank over the years has built its capacity, has upgraded its facility, and also put necessary tips in order to be able to manage such program when it comes. So for me, the Brave Women program is like a morale booster for Bank of Industry. I think, firstly, it's very surprising. It was actually very surprising for me to know that Edo State has been selected as one of the 3 pilot states. And not just being part of the 3 pilot states in Nigeria, but the only state that was selected in the entire southern Nigeria. So it's something that is of, I think it's well appreciated. We appreciate it, and we are not going to take it for granted. We'll go all out to achieve the purpose the program is meant for.
Not every businessman or every businesswoman, in the case of Brave Women, have the lump sum to procure equipment, to pay staff, to do running costs like rent and the rest. So access to finance is something that is critical. And let me just also use the opportunity to thank institutions like the Bank of Industry for what they are doing, giving out loans, and also other donors like ISDB, the World Bank, and Wi-Fi. Secondly would be access to information. So lack of lack of information. And for me, this stems from adaptability. We've seen cases where some business women are finding it hard to adapt. So when I mean adapt, I'm talking about technology, because it has come to stay, whether you like it or not. So when you don't adapt to what is on now, so for instance, I'll talk about digital marketing, we'll talk about e-commerce and the rest, you stand out to lose some opportunities that are there. So getting to know, because almost everything is online. So even if you apply for a loan, even for the brave women, it's online, right? So you stand out to lose out for opportunities. So that is also key, right? This is the pilot phase of the project. It's the first phase of the project. And myself, personally, I've been involved in social work, and I will tell you, most of the times when we roll out projects, we barely even get 50 beneficiaries, barely even get 100, 50, 100, sometimes 20. I know of an international NGO that did a project last year, and they only got 2 beneficiaries from Africa, right? So you are looking at Edo State, and we are even streamlining it. So we are saying, okay, only women-owned or women-led businesses. And they're also still streamlined just to 5 sectors. So we're talking about energy, health, education, agribusiness, and textile. So you see, we've already cut out so many business and so many potential beneficiaries. Yet, we were able to gather, I think, almost 400 applications from Edo State in just 2 months of call for applications. And after that, of course, we have to shortlist, remove some people that are not qualified anyways. And as I speak with you now, I think we have over 187 beneficiaries. The indirect impact is enormous, right? In terms of giving back to the society and giving back to beneficiaries. And also, we look from the government side, we know they're interested in tax levies. So you are doing more, you are growing as a business, you are paying more tax, you are paying more levies, you are paying more permits. So someone that is doing, for instance, like a small scale business may not need SON permit, that is Standard Organization of Nigeria permit. But once you've increased, you will not need that permit. So that is revenue for the government as well. That will also trickle back to the economy. So I feel is an all-round benefit for both the beneficiaries and for Edo State.
With this grant facility and a strong coaching support, the beneficiaries of the Brave initiative will be able to establish their various businesses and thrive in their fields. After 6 months, Brave Women Nigeria will revisit these beneficiaries to see how the financial and capacity building support has impacted their businesses. Brave Women Nigeria is funded by the Women Entrepreneurs Finance Initiative and is implemented by the Islamic Development Bank and the ICD, with the Bank of Industry as a local executing agency.